With the help from our amazing community, we've built Splitgate 2. Why? Because I grew up playing Halo, and I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3.
Splitgate 2 Battle Royale is not very good. This is one of the most derivative and unenjoyable and uninspired and uncreative and confusing messes that I have played so far this year.
How did you feel? I didn't feel anything.
I did not have a lot of fun playing Splitgate 2 Battle Royale, and the few times I did have fun is the kind of fun that I can find anywhere else in a lot of other games.
Travis Scott wants you to get these squad wins for the crew tonight.
Oh no, I don't Splitgate 2 his ass.
Now, first of all, why am I reviewing this? Look, I know, I am severely late to the party. This video was meant to come out like a month ago, and it didn't. Well, I'm gonna be honest, it's because I'm parasocial, and Ian Prue seems like a massive fucking asshole.
Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
Go fuck yourself! During Jeff Keighley's absolutely embarrassing Summer Games Fest event this year, seriously, there were like 3 things I was interested in. This guy came out to announce the release of Splitgate 2's Battle Royale. And not the game itself, because it's already been out. No, just the Battle Royale mode. With a black Make FPS Games Great Again hat, which is a joke that might have been funny 8 years ago.
I miss you so much.
I guess they never miss, huh?
But when you do this one day after the guy who popularized these hats, who, by the way, has been just ruining the country, is exposed by his former right-hand guy to be on the Epstein list during what I can only describe as a generational crash out, and you don't make it clear whether you are endorsing the guy or not, it comes off as incredibly disingenuous. You know, back in my day, we used to use the word cringe. By the way, hello, Hindsight Me is here. I should mention that at first Ian tried to double down on this, saying that the hat is not a political statement, even though it's referencing a political campaign. He then apologized for all the backlash, I guess, saying that it was a way to grab attention, which, no shit. He then goes on to say that he's disappointed how it divided players and whatever, but it's like, you could have seen all this coming from a mile away. My point is, this dude's a fucking dumbass. Now, some of you are thinking, wait a minute, they made a Splitgate 1? Yes, they did, and it was okay, I guess. It was a janky, free-to-play Halo sort of game, but this time they ripped off Portal as the main gimmick. Apparently, I have nearly 9 hours in the original game, and for some reason, I can't remember a single one of them. I do recall people liking the game, though, at least. It was at least fun to play in the background, you know? However, with mixed reviews on Steam, it seems like people don't like Splitgate 2 at all. Now, I will also be fully honest, I'm probably not the most qualified to be reviewing Splitgate 2 Battle Royale. As you all know, I'm a wheelman guy at heart. I am primarily a single-player guy, so I can't really judge this game competitively or anything, but I do love a Titanfall 2, which Ian also claims to love.
And I wish we could have Titanfall 3.
And you know what? If that's the standard he wants, it's the standard I'm given. Unfortunately, Splitgate 2 is nowhere near as good or soulful as Titanfall 2. I find it insanely ironic that Titanfall 2 is this guy's big bullet point, and yet the thing he's promoting on this stage is a Battle Royale mode.
Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
That actually is pretty funny.
Which ironically is one of the reasons that Titanfall 3 died. So I'm not sure if making FPS games great again begins with making another Battle Royale game, and then promoting it with Imagine Dragons. They should have used a real musical talent, like Netspend. That guy's, you know, a genius. Anyways, I think now's a good time to actually talk about this game. But first of all, visually, the game is pretty horrible. And not necessarily because of the graphics, although that is one of the reasons, as there's pretty horrible texture popping that makes the game look like an N64 game for 2 seconds. And the Battle Royale mode specifically has really bad performance issues. Like, this game is Stutter City, man. But it's not so much the performance I have an issue with, but more so how terrible the art direction is. This game looks AI generated. Obviously, Halo is the biggest inspiration. But that's the thing, right? Halo is one of the first to do it, and it's still way more iconic. Like, you see one shot of Halo and go, wow, I want to know more about this universe. But Splitgate is so derivative that it's uninteresting artistically. It's got got more colors though, like Apex Legends and Overwatch, but both of those games are hero shooters, and as a result have pretty defined characters you play as. Splitgate 2, funny enough, also has hero shooter elements in it, but it's much more similar to a Black Ops 3 situation, where the classes aren't actual characters at all. So to me, these characters just look like Halo skins. Now, I don't think just making the game a hero shooter would actually fix anything. If anything, it would probably make things worse. I'm more so just pointing out how artistically derivative this game is, while also clearly misunderstanding the works it's deriving from. A good art style goes a long way for a game's longevity. Sadly, Splitgate does not have that kind of artistic direction, because the philosophy behind the game is we want to make Halo again. But we already have Halo though. We've had Halo for almost 25 years.
We have all the shit that you're doing. We already have it.
Apex Legends.
It's already doing it.
Destiny 2.
It's already doing it.
Overwatch 2.
It's already doing it. It's literally two n***s with
Two.
in their names that's already doing all the music you want. Do something else. Do something else!
The only good thing is the weapon animations, which are fine for the most part. But of course, in 2025, like, every first-person shooter game has pretty good animation. But overall, this game really is directionless artistically. It wants to look like every other game on the market, but as a result, really looks like nothing at all.
We're good, bro. You can go.
Gameplay-wise, meanwhile, this game isn't very fun. First, let me just get this out of the way. If you played Apex Legends or Call of Duty Warzone or Fortnite, you played Splitgate 2 Battle Royale. You drop from the battle bus, look for enemies, get armor and weapons. But Splitgate 2 does, however, have a few unique ideas. Barely any of them are good, though. For one thing, there's no longer one big, long map anymore. Now it's a bunch of small, segmented maps that you travel between Pac-Man style. However, navigating these maps is often very confusing, as it's not entirely clear which exit goes to what area. So part of the fun of a battle royale, which is memorizing a very large map, and using that to your advantage, is much, much harder. Now, I kind of get why they did this, because this is more of an arena shooter battle royale. Except that idea also doesn't really work at all either. I think the movement's actually pretty okay for the most part, but arena shooter battle royale kind of falls apart when most enemies are just huddling together, camping within the level gate areas, and or just sniping from a distance instead of actually movementing. It kind of defeats the point of movement shooter battle royale, doesn't it? It also makes the maps themselves much more barren. Like, when everybody's on different areas of the clusterfuck this is, it makes it really hard to figure out what to actually do, and you kind of spend a good majority of time bored or confused. The common battle royale problem of wandering around more than fighting enemies is here in droves. And unlike Fortnite, which has a PvE elements and quests to kind of compensate for it, Splitgate has absolutely nothing. Top this off with a really bad hit registry and a really slow time to kill, and you get a core game that really isn't that fun at all, and does absolutely nothing to stand out in an already crowded market. There's also other just really dumb choices too. Like, for example, random out of bounds areas. What the hell?
What the fuck?
And furthermore, when you die in this game, you don't instantly die, but rather you can respawn after a countdown. If your fellow allies live long enough, that is. This can lead to you respawning right in front of enemies, which is incredibly unfair. This is why Fortnite has that reboot van mechanic, so you don't respawn in front of fucking enemies. They even fucked up the basic portal mechanic. So you know how in Portal 1 from 2007, you could fire a blue portal with the left click and an orange portal by right clicking? Now, in Splitgate 1, this worked very similarly, except now they're mapped to the Q and E buttons because, you know, you're using a gun. Well, I hope you didn't enjoy that basic mechanic, because Splitgate 2 now only has one button for portals. What? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you make a basic mechanic worse? Man, nothing says make FPS games great again like being outdone by a game from 2007. Also, why is the Battle Royale mode purely squad-based? You have to play with 3 other players, no matter what. You have absolutely no choice. But yet, this is a movement-based semi-arena shooter, right? But I can't movement around if I'm babysitting 3 other fucking people. It's weird because I feel like if this were a solo kind of game, it'd be way better, honestly. Like, a large-scale survival-based arena shooter does sound pretty cool. So why there isn't an option for solos or even duos or trios is beyond me. But at least I got a whiff of the amazing Splitgate 2 community. AOP God, what's up, man?
Who's yelling at me? Hey, who was yelling? Who was talking?
I want to know how you're doing. What's good, homie? What's good?
Shut up.
Bro, that's so mean. Bro, can you apologize
Shut
for
your
that?
ugly ass mouth. Shut your ugly ass mouth before I shut it for you.
Can you say sorry real
Oh
quick,
my
please?
god.
I don't care.
Bro, that hurts my
That's
feelings, dog.
amazing.
Okay, then you should kill yourself.
Bro,
You
you're
think I
bullying
give
me.
a fuck? You think I give a fuck? I'm gonna tell you right here and now that I don't.
We gotta bring in the fucking bully hunters, man.
Our bully hunter left the calling card message to the harasser. Harassment is not a game. Bullyhunters.org.
Bro, I'm gonna call the bully hunters. They're gonna find you right now, dog. They're gonna find
Dude,
you.
if I saw you in real life, just know that you would be dead. I would kill you in hand-to-hand combat.
I hope you realize my mom's kind of hopeless.
I hope your homeless mom fucking dies.
I hope you realize, man, I'm a Make-A-Wish kid, and my only wish was to play Splitgate 2, and you're ruining that for me. So I think by now you kind of get the whole idea. Splitgate 2 Battle Royale was a very vapid and boring experience, which is ironic because they were hyping this mode up as quote-unquote bigger than a campaign, while ironically saying we won Titanfall 3, albeit in a very pandering look we're gamers too kind of way. But even with that and the make FPS games great again hat, there's still a fundamental misunderstanding of what made Titanfall 2 work so well. Which, first of all, it didn't, as EA placed the game in a really bad release window, and as a result, the game underperformed. However, those who played the game back then, including 17-year-old me, kinda knew that this game would be something special. And yeah, many years later, the game still stands the test of time, with a very small but a very passionate community. But I think there was something else that set Titanfall 2 really apart, because Titanfall 2 had a campaign mode. You had this kind of Iron Giant meets Alex Vance sort of thing in the character of BT, where through both really fun writing and through interactivity, the player was allowed to be intimately enthralled in the game's universe and characters. Your giant robot isn't just a gameplay mechanic, it's a real character you connect with. On top of that, the gameplay and movement is really fun, and this carries over into the multiplayer. The thing is, Titanfall 2 was a game made with love, learning from the criticisms towards the first game, but also doing much more than that. So comparing a Titanfall 2, this expressive, beautiful movement shooter with giant robots in a surprisingly enthralling campaign, against what is essentially Halo 4 with portals, which actually includes movement downgrades from the original game, and its big new addition is a Battle Royale mode, the most oversaturated idea ever next to live service, which Splitgate 2, by the way, is, with its $80 marked down to $40 skins, all to the rockin' tunes of Imagine Dragons, and of course, the stupid fucking hat is the big old grifty cherry on top, and it's not hard to see which game was actually made with real, genuine care. Splitgate 2 is absolutely not a labor of love, and will not make first-person shooters great again. This is, of course, assuming that they actually went anywhere. I haven't beaten it yet, but I think Doom the Dark Ages is pretty dope. I can't wait for Psycho Patrol R to come out, for real. We also have to assume that the Halo Call of Duty Prime era was actually that good, and the claim that you want to make FPS games great again, something you clearly don't actually mean, it's not the kind of design philosophy you should actually be standing by when you're making something. You should make something for the love of the game, or the love of video games in this case. Ian Prue does not strike me as an artist. He does not strike me as someone who wants to take the FPS genre and lift it to new heights. He instead strikes me as a CEO, which he is. And that's all he is. A man that's all derivative and no artistic creativity. His idea was, what if we made Portal with guns? An idea that everyone who's ever bought a Gary's mod before has also had. And then for the sequel, his new idea is, what if we added a Battle Royale mode to it? And as a result, I've already seen Splitgate 2 before I even opened the game. There is no soul in Splitgate 2. And I'm pretty fucking tired of this Ian guy pretending that there is. So in response to Ian saying that he wants a Titanfall 3, my response is, of course the dude is asking for it. He's not creative enough to make it himself.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch, nah. Throw that shit in fifth, rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star, I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds, I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat, lay back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find see you on the lawn. Ay, laying outside in the summer sun. Ay, I'm with a dark-skinned girl on a Sunday. That's that Black Sabbath. She put them ones all down on a Hyundai, and she had to have it. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
I'm playing Call of Duty.